another edition of Flea Market Fantasy, the world's second greatest Bronze Age era comic book podcast. Joining me as always is the Michael, Kevin Jank.
Hey, I'm here for a big sports spectacular this week. My favorite, big sports nut.
Jank loves his sports.
Can't get enough.
What would be your favorite sport, Jank?
Does dodgeball count?
No, I don't think it does. Yeah, but today we will be reading DC Superstars issue 10, and it's also a giant-sized issue.
Yeah.
But we will
they
not
put the giant in a weird spot on the cover for some reason. It looks like it's part of the title, but it's really not.
Yeah, it's not always a giant issue, but this month it is a giant issue, and it presents strange sports stories. And the main story, what we will be reading,
month, I guess, yeah.
What we will be reading today, it's 9 sensational superheroes versus 9 sinister supervillains in an all-new baseball spectacular.
Yeah. Wow. Just what I've always dreamed of.
I have so many problems with this. The composition of these teams, what positions these characters are playing, and frankly, how terrible Superman is at baseball. Can we get right to it?
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. He should be a golden god out there, fucking whiffing everybody.
He is awful. All right, but we'll get to that in a moment. We're up to 235 subscribers on YouTube.
Ooh.
Picked up 5 this week.
Close to halfway. Almost.
Picked up 5. It's a big week for us. So please like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. Again, the goal is 500, and we're inching our way there. Close.
Yep.
Also, my book, Monkey Flip, is out there, a YA mystery about a chimp detective who helps a little girl and her brother prove that their father, a professional wrestler, isn't guilty of murdering another professional wrestler. So that's at Amazon, 19 Books, and pretty much everywhere you can buy a book. Like this week, it went into like 12 different things. So you could go to your local gas station, and you could ask for Monkey Flip, and they'll probably
I have a local book dealer who just sells them out of his trench coat, and yeah, he had it there.
Nice. And also the audiobook is available now as well on Amazon and Audible and Apple. And Jank, a new update for you. I'm trying to grow my author mailing list. So if you go to list.19books.com, you can download a free Honest John Churchfield short story, another one of the characters I write. And you can join my mailing list, and you'll get a regular newsletter filled with all sorts of nonsense. Like there'll be
get a Mike Dell decoder ring.
Hey, possibly. We'll look into that. But you'll be getting, I'm sure, hockey updates. Everyone loves hockey. Jack loves hockey. You'll be getting a Monkey of the Week, probably. Monkey News. Just general, I'll rip off that Ricky Gervais segment, Monkey News. I'll put that in there. And we'll probably get movie recommendations because we watch a lot of movies on the LCS show. And maybe some comic book stuff. And probably conspiracies there at the bottom.
Nice.
So that's usually
a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I probably some Oscar picks once in a while, I'm sure.
Yeah. Hey, she's back. At least she showed up in Japan with them, but she's not back wrestling. But anyway. So, all right. Yeah, that's the newsletter list.19books.com. I would appreciate it if you join the author mailing list and buy Monkey Flip. So thank you. All right. So this issue, Jank, DC Superstars. I don't think we've ever done this title in the history of the show.
I think so. Yeah.
I found out about it when we were doing the Zatanna issue because she appears, I think, in issue 11 of this. And
yep. I saw her being teased in the next issue thing, yeah.
So that's where I found this. But it was an anthology series that ran for 18 issues from March 1976 to January 1978. And the first 8 issues consisted of only reprinted material featuring Adam Strange and a lot of space heroes.
Oh, yeah. We got to do some Adam Strange at some point.
Oh, I don't know if you know what? I did one for the Flea Market Fantasy written column that I did for Comics and News.
Okay. So, yeah, time to revisit it.
Yeah. And with issue 9, the series switched to original material with various heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we have.
Certainly had various heroes.
Yeah. I was going to there's no way I could research all these dummies. Because there are so many terrible villains. I just did not want to.
Yeah, they're really reaching.
So I did, there's two main villains we need to discuss because they are the pillars of this story. One is the Huntress.
Yeah.
And this is the original Huntress, because we've discussed the Huntress in the past. Like, the Huntress we know was the daughter of Batman and Catwoman on Earth 2, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's when we saw in that Batman, what was it, Brave and the Bold, where he was cursing at his parents, being glad they were dead.
This is a different Huntress. Her real name is unknown. Her first appearance was in Batman Family, issue 7, 1976. Batman had a family? And,
he's always got a bunch of hangers on. I think they count his family.
He just hang out in a cave with little boys. And, Huntress's creator is Mort Meskin. And the Huntress was married to the Sportsmaster.
Yeah.
He's the other big villain in this book. And they were known as Mr. and Mrs. Menace.
It's always good to have another code name on top of your already existing code name.
Sportsmaster's first appearance was also in Batman Family 7, and he was created by John Broome and Irwin Hassan. And he's basically just a fella who's really good at sports. And he commits all his crimes with sports-based paraphernalia.
I guess it's kind of like Casey Jones, except he was a hero. But yeah, a lot of the same things, just going around beating people with baseball bats and golf clubs and shit.
And we should say that the Huntress, she kind of looks like Cheetah almost. Like, she's not a cat, but she's a lady.
Yeah.
But she's dressed in, like, leopard print outfit. And,
does have little cat ears on it and a little hood.
And I don't think she has any real powers that I could tell. She's just...
Yeah, probably not.
Bad. Yeah. Now, this will be interesting for you, though, Jank. This Huntress and Sportsmaster, their first appearance was in that Batman Family 7. Their second and final appearance was in this issue. This is it.
Wow, her big crusade to turn over a new leaf really got shut down immediately.
And then, like, when they did the Crisis on Infinite Earth, they both got wiped from existence. So I don't know if they brought Sportsmaster back at some point, maybe later on, but I doubt it.
Did they officially show that, like, oh, we're getting rid of these characters, or just they never came back, so we're just assuming they got wiped out in the Crisis?
Yeah, I think it's the latter. I don't think anyone was waiting up at night worried about the fate of Sportsmaster.
Make sure in this panel on page 17 you put Sportsmaster and Huntress. People need to know.
There are a couple other weird characters in this. Oh, there's a lot of terrible villains.
Yeah.
We'll get to it when we get to the
no all-star team, that's for sure.
No, it's not. It's like the New York Yankees playing like the Toledo Mud Hens. Like, what's going on here? These teams aren't fair. But so there's a couple other villains or characters we'll talk about when we go through the book. But the creators here, the writer is a guy named Bob Rozakis. He was born in 1951. He had 334 writing credits at DC, including a bunch of Action Comics, Detective Comics, DC Comics Presents, and the Freedom Fighters.
Oh.
Remember that name, because we'll be discussing
they get a shout out here. Yep.
He also created Amazing Man. You know that guy? Oh, you know how to wear Amazing Man? He's this little fella. He wrote all 12 issues of the 1986 series, plus the subsequent 3 special issues. He's almost like their Irving Forbush, from...
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, he's like a little guy with a helmet, and he wanted to be a hero, I guess. And he's like a millionaire or something, but no one knows that. But he just goes out as a goofy, clumsy, comical hero, I think.
Okay, it's like a spoof of Batman almost.
Yeah, it's kind of just for fun, I think. And during the 1970s, DC ran a Daily Planet newsletter toward the back of most comics. And Rozakis was the answer man, answering readers' comic book trivia questions each month. He also used to create the crossword puzzles and other activity pages that used to run in DC Comics. Now, I've noticed his Daily Planet stuff in some of the issues we've done, and I even read I even took note of the answer man thing because I was like, oh, an answer man, he's probably going to give enlightening answers to these really fascinating questions, so I could learn about the comic books. But here's what he does. is that people would send him a question, and he would just give a one-word answer. Just, like there's no explanation or context. Just rapid fire answers. Bang, 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 bang. And so.
Wow. Okay. Not exactly a thrill-a-minute column there.
That really wasn't. All right, so now we have.
He's the guy who wrote a whole page of what happens in the first 8 innings of this game.
Yeah, and again, there's errors in that as well. Like the box scores don't match up with what it says. So we'll get into that. But yeah, because at the end of the story, there's a full recap of the game, and then there's an actual box score. And there's some mistakes in there. So the artist here is Dick Dillon. He was born in New York in 1929. Sadly, passed away in 1980. He had 487 penciling credits at DC, including 2 incredibly long runs. The first was on Black Hawk, and that was like
careful how you say that.
Yeah. But Black Hawk was like an aviation thing where like this guy was a famous pilot and he had a bunch of other pilot pals and they would fly around doing things. So I don't know. But that run lasted from issue 64 to issue 241 from 1953 to 1968. That's a hell of a run on a comic book.
Oh my God.
After that,
a lot of points.
He took over Justice League of America with issue 68 in 1968, and he stayed on that book for 12 years until his death in 1980. He died while working on issue 184 of a massive heart attack.
Justice League killed him.
Yeah, but that's something, drawing Justice League for 12 years.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's stuck with the thing.
George Perez took over for him after he passed away.
Oh.
So, yeah. All right, so those are the creators here. Anything else you would like to comment on this book before we get into it there, Jake?
No, I think we can save it for the book itself.
Yeah.
There are many things to talk about this one for sure.
So why don't you describe the cover for us?
Okay, so it's a busy cover for sure. We got the DC Superstars up top, and then right next to it, Giant. So it kind of looks like that's part of the title, but not so much. And it says presents Strange Sports Stories. But you got this whole book, this giant-sized book for only 50 cents, so that's not too bad. Then we get that thing you read earlier about the 9 sensational superheroes versus 9 sinister supervillains in an all-new baseball sports spectacular. And then we got Superman is punching Lex Luthor, and Batman is punching the Joker, and Superman saying strike 1, Batman saying strike 2. And behind them, they have Wonder Woman just holding a bat. Black Canary's back there, not really doing anything. Robin is, I don't know, flexing or showing somebody his armpit. It looks like. There's some villain there. I already forgot who that guy is. I don't care.
Yes,
and they're all kind of standing on a baseball.
Yeah, it's like a black background. They're standing on a giant baseball, and Sportsmaster is the guy in the pinstripes in the foreground. I don't know who that guy in the white and red is either, in the blue underpants. But
he looks like it.
And this cover was drawn by our pal Ernie Chan. Drew this cover.
Oh.
And he did a lot of Incredible Hulk stuff, covers back in the day, I remember. But
nice.
All right, so yeah, it's an interesting cover. I guess it's with the theme, the giant baseball and
lets you know you're in for some baseball action.
So all right, we opened up though, Jank. This is what you're excited about, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
So why don't you?
We're not reading all the comics in this issue or all the stories, but we are reading one special story before we get into the story because right there in the front cover.
What a story it is too, But
I think the Aquaman like Twinkies ads are the best ones we've come across, honestly.
Yeah,
he seems to be killing it.
Yeah, they are usually pretty good. So why don't you walk the kids through this Twinkies ad there, Jake?
Okay, so we got Aquaman in Twinkies and Kelp. They don't really bury the lead with that title. So here we go. There's a rocket ship crashes through the ocean and heads straight for the fabled undersea kingdom of Atlantis. And Aquaman and Mera are swimming over there. Like, we're going to check it out. Mera, I must save the kelp crop. That rocket is headed straight for this kelp farm. Using his telepathic powers, Aquaman summons a giant Atlantis seahorse to carry him to the rocket ship.
Why?
Yeah, he's like 2 feet away.
You're Aquaman. He swam. That's your gimmick. Why are you making this poor seahorse carry you the rest of the way?
Just likes to crack the whip and, show these sea creatures who's boss at all times.
This Aquaman's a real jerk.
It's like when Homer got really fat and he had that helper monkey. Like, it's just like that.
It would be like the Flash having to run somewhere and he hops on someone else's back. What are we doing? Let's go.
He's got like an ostrich that he hops on or something.
It's terrible. But anyway, yeah, so Aquaman hops off the seahorse and he flies into this rocket ship. And what does he find there, Jake?
Not sure how he gets in there without water coming in all over the place either. He says, "Mother of pearl, man, why are you trying to destroy our kelp farms?" I love the way Aquaman talks. Oh, it's so good. And they're like, "You've got me all wrong, Aquaman." Aquaman says, "That's exactly what I say. You're all wrong." That's weird.
Yeah.
Weird way to phrase that. But then the guy's like, "My name is Colonel Kelp. Would I try to destroy the kelp farms? Never. I'm here to introduce a great taste. Treat to your great Atlantis."
My name is Kevin Jank. Would I try to destroy the Jank farms? Of course not.
Never. Oh, God. What a coincidence. So then Aquaman's like, "Oh, Hostess Twinkies, what strange names you land people have." Like kelp. He's like, "But they taste delicious. Golden sponge cake." The other guy's like, "With cream filling, too." And so they're all just sitting around having some Twinkies now. And the one guy, I don't even know who these people are. They're
just random people jabronis that wander in.
Yeah, kind of like Teletubby colored, just fucking showing up, sitting here eating Twinkies. They're like, "Out of this sphere, great taste. Hostess Twinkies. True, we have nothing like this in Atlantis. Now we can enjoy delicious Hostess Twinkies here in Atlantis, too." I guess these are Atlanteans that also swam into this thing.
I know. Where'd they come from? Why couldn't Mira still be there? At least,
Yeah, none for her. She's got to watch her figure, apparently. Aquaman's very strict about it.
Yeah, we see what he does to the seahorses, yeah.
Yeah. Then Aquaman says, "Kelp, you've been a big help. Oh, and sorry about your rocket ship. It got stuck in the kelp.
And then there's a little blurb down there. "You get a big delight in every bite of Hostess Twinkies."
Yeah. That seems to be a common phrase in this, though. This one at least made sense, unlike the last couple, so I gotta give him credit for that.
I guess it made sense, but why are these guys taking a rocket ship to the bottom of the ocean to give Twinkies to Atlanteans?
It is kind of weird. Like, let's like, this guy doesn't like humans coming down to his territory, but we're gonna drive a rocket ship right down there.
Into their kelp farm.
Like, they're lucky they didn't, like, plow right into Atlantis, to be honest. They didn't seem to know where they were going.
Do you think Aquaman on his business cards that says kelp farmer? He's very into the kelp. But all right, so that's the Twinkies ad. Now we open it up there and we see DC Superstars presents Strange Sports Tales, and then we get the contents of the issue. The Great Superstar Game. 9 supervillains and 10 supervillains. Wait, what the hell? 9 superheroes and 10 supervillains. Yeah.
I guess they're not counting Huntress.
But she's counted among the superheroes.
Yeah.
To get to 9, because she's part of their team.
And both teams have an umpire, so that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So it should be. If you're going to have 9 on one side, you'd have 9 on the other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Plus one whose future hangs on the outcome of the game.
Yeah, I think they're not counting Huntress.
Okay, so they're counting the umpire for the one team as 9. Okay, this is way too confusing. Yeah. Superstar play-by-play, a complete rundown of the game. And then another story is an Earth coach trains the super athletes from outer space. That looked terrible, by the way. And then Green Lantern boxes an unbeaten alien in the fight for the championship of the universe. But it really wasn't boxing. It looked more like wrestling because they weren't wearing gloves.
Was he fighting a 14-year-old? Because that would make a lot of sense.
He likes to do other things with 14-year-olds. But I like the splash page because we get all the heroes on the left side and they're ready to, throw down. They got all the baseballs. And then on the right side, we got the villains with the bats. And
Yep. That's just how baseball is played. Kind of like in that new Top Gun where they were playing football with two different footballs at the same time. Like, what are we doing here?
I didn't realize that was a thing. So now we open it up and we get another splash page. DC Superstars. The strangest
That's
sports
why this
stories.
is giant size. They have to put so many different splash pages explaining the concept.
And the strangest sports story ever told. So we get in the middle. We get Superman, and he pitches right-handed, and he's throwing a pitch to the Joker, and Batman's the catcher, and the umpire is Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, sure is.
do you have any knowledge of Uncle Sam? Because I had to look this up.
That I really did. No, I mean maybe in the back of my brain somewhere, but honestly, I don't think so.
Everyone knows Uncle Sam from the military posters and whatnot. You know, we want you. In fact, the Flea Market Fantasy T-shirt is a parody of the Uncle Sam thing. We want you. But I never knew there's a comic book character called Uncle Sam. But there is, and his real name is Samuel Wilson, which that's the Falcon, right?
Oh, yeah, sure is.
Yeah. And his first appearance was in Justice League of America issue 107 in 1973, and he was created by Will Eisner.
Holy hell.
Yeah, a very famous guy, Will Eisner. And he's the spirit of America and the leader of the Freedom Fighters. I mentioned that earlier.
Wow.
They had their own book, and they were like an offshoot of the All-Star Squadron during World War II.
Uh-oh.
You know, I love the All-Star Squadron.
Yeah, this sounds right up your alley.
Yeah, and I just found out that the Freedom Fighters had their own book. So you can connect the dots on that for future weeks of fantasy.
I can see where this is heading.
But yeah, Uncle Sam's the umpire for the good guys, I guess. And then on the sides of the page, we get little headshots of all the people involved in Superheroes lineup. Superman at pitcher.
Yeah,
that's right.
Makes sense.
No, it doesn't, because if he's pitching, he should not hit anything.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that part, yeah, that's the thing that doesn't make sense is the outcome. But it makes sense to put him in at pitcher. Like, that's good coaching.
The final score of this game is like 13-11.
Well, they do say you're not supposed to use your powers. So I guess then Superman really isn't a great choice because I don't even know. How do you not, if you're Superman, how do you not use your powers?
Yes. Like, how could you?
Yeah.
He got hammered. He got hit everywhere. 11 runs? Come on, Superman. What are we doing?
Yeah.
It might have even been 13-12. We'll check the box score when we get there. But, yeah, he's a terrible pitcher. And he also can't hit worth a lick. I think he was 2 for 6. So.
Oof. Brutal.
Then, next up we have Batman. He's catching. And if you told me before this issue, Jank, that Superman was the pitcher and Batman was the catcher, I'd say, yeah, that sounds about right. and Batman's like 5 for 5.
Yeah, because he's Batman. It's in his name.
Ridiculous. But I could see him as the catcher. Like, you know, he's trying to, because the catcher's the guy who needs to control everything and see the whole field. So I can kind of see Batman being the catcher.
Oh, see, I was like, I don't know if I buy this because, like, when I was playing softball with my dad, like, they would, like, maybe go in there. They just put me a catcher because I didn't have to do anything that way.
Well, it's a little different in baseball because softball,
yeah.
You know, it's very easy to, in baseball, when you actually have to control help with the pitcher, call the signs and everything. It's a big deal. Yeah. But Wonder Woman is playing second base. That seems questionable to me. I would think you'd want her like in center field, left field, somewhere like she can
outfield?
Really run.
Yeah.
She's
got speed.
Because Robin is in left field, and I think he's a perfect second baseman. A little fella, you know.
Yeah. Turn the quick play.
Yeah.
He's an acrobat.
So I'd move him to second and Wonder Woman either to center or left. And then we have Kid Flash at shortstop. That seems fair. You want him running back and forth there, cutting on everything. Plastic Man at first base. That's perfect because he can stretch to dig balls out of the dirt and everything. Again, they say you can't use your powers, but they do.
Yep.
They do it.
By the end of the game, yeah, all bets are off.
Green Arrow is at third base. I guess that's fine. Black Canary's in right field. And the Huntress is in center field for the Heroes.
Yeah.
And we'll explain that when we get to the first page of this year's story. And then we have Uncle Sam as the plate umpire. All right, so now here are the villains.
Oh, boy. I'm sure they picked the cream of the crop, like everybody's arch villain, and
This issue could have been so much better if they picked actual villains. Like we start off strong. Lex Luthor is in center field. Now I don't know if I want a middle-aged bald guy playing center field.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have like his armored suit on or anything, so I don't know what good he's doing here.
Maybe third base, or maybe catcher. I could see him maybe catcher.
I could see him being catcher. Yeah.
Yeah, mastermind. And then we have the Joker at catcher. No, he's too spindly to be a catcher. I would think the Joker would be your pitcher, but they have Sportsmaster, and I guess he's the best at sports, and they want him to be their best pitcher. But again, he gave up 13 runs, so how good is he? But I think the Joker would be a good pitcher, or maybe, I guess, in the outfield, maybe left field or something like that.
Yeah, I don't definitely want to catch it if he's supposed to be, calling the pitches. Like, that's not good. He's going to be throwing up whatever. He doesn't care. He's got no strategy for this.
Next, we have Kronos in right field. He may have been that other guy in the cover we didn't recognize.
Oh, yeah.
Because it looks like his face is white or whatever. But
maybe Dr. Polaris, I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're all terrible, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Are you familiar with Kronos at all? Apparently, he can control time or something. How does he ever lose a fight if he can control time?
Yeah, unless he's fighting the Flash, who just runs really fast backwards, and Other than that, yeah, he should be all over this. Yeah,
so Cronus is in right field. Weather Wizard is in left field. Wizard.
I've actually heard of him. Yeah,
really?
He's a Flash villain. Yep. He was on the show. He was definitely a recurring villain, I think, on the show. He's part of the Rogues Gallery, I believe, like the Flash's Rogues Gallery.
He has some terrible villains, the Flash. Yeah. The Rainbow Rider, remember that guy?
Yeah, he was great.
And then we have Dr. Polaris at third base. No idea who this guy is.
Nope. Not a clue.
Matter Master at second base.
Yeah.
No idea who this guy is.
Nope. Apparently, I guess he can control matter.
Yeah, he's kind of almost like a magician of sorts. Like he made a bunch of bowling pins go flying around. I know that.
Yeah.
Then we have Felix Faust at first base. No idea.
I don't even know whose villain he is. Like, I don't know these people.
Yeah, again, there's no way I'm researching these people. No. I did research this next guy though. Tattoo Man at shortstop.
Yeah.
Tattooed Man.
Oh boy. There was actually an X-Men character not long ago that had something very similar to this.
Oh, no.
It just ripped him off. Yeah.
So his real name is Abel Tarrant, and his first appearance was in Green Lantern Volume 2, number 23, 1963, created by Gardner Fox and Gil Kane. He was he was a sailor exposed to mysterious chemicals that made his tattoos come to life.
Kind of like Mr. Fish, like that same thing, except he turned into a fish, whereas this guy got a much better end of the deal.
Now, I did read something cool about this tattooed guy. Like, he knew that he could make anything on his body come to life, so what he did is he tattooed some more of those chemicals on his body. So then whenever he needed more, he had them ready. That's good thinking,
Yeah. If he's a Green Lantern villain, I hope he got a lot of yellow tattoos. That was smart.
I'd be filling up my arms with blondes and brunettes. But, those chemicals, that's another good idea, too, though. But,
yeah.
So. Tattooed Man.
Yeah. Wow.
Then the pitcher for the villains is Sportsmaster, as we mentioned. And their umpire is Amazo.
Yeah, I've heard of him. I don't think I'd ever seen him and realized how stupid he looked, but
yeah, he looks like a big elf. Like he's got big pointy ears. And,
exactly. Somebody made a robot, like Elf on the Shelf, essentially, and that's what this guy is.
But yeah, he's a robot, and he's kind of like Super Skrull in that he has like all the powers of the Justice League, right?
Yeah, I think he's kind of like that Super Adaptoid. Remember that robot from Marvel? Like he used to always just recreate everybody's powers.
Yeah, I do kind of remember that.
Yeah, you have to spot the Avengers. So, yeah, it's very similar, I think, to that.
All right, so those are all the characters here. Now, we open up the book and we see an establishing shot of a pleasant suburban home. But inside the home, the Huntress and Sportsmaster are duking it out. They're going at it.
Yeah. Which is weird because, like, they're both supervillains, so it's like, oh, this isn't that unusual. But then it's like, ooh, but they're married. Like,
Yes.
now this turns it into a domestic violence situation.
And I'm not sure who's at fault. It seems like both parties are equally at fault because the Huntress, even though they're relaxing at home, she's in her leopard print outfit there. And is that leopard print or is that more like tiger stripes? Yeah, I guess it's tiger stripes.
Cheetah, maybe cheetah.
But she's got a chair, and she's trying to hit him with a chair. And Sportsmaster's dressed like a tennis player. But we should mention the Sportsmaster guy. He wears like a hanky over his face.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good look. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't know if it helps you in sports very much, but it's probably going to obscure your vision.
But do you remember that, what was that Image Comics Rob Liefeld did? Was it Wildcats?
Oh, Youngblood.
Oh, yeah, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. But there was a guy where he had a similar look, where he just had like
a grifter, I think, from Wildcats.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. But
yeah,
it's definitely, it was Wildcats I'm thinking of. Who did that one? Was that Liefeld? Or
was Jim Lee.
Oh, okay, yeah. Jim Lee. So, yeah, because he had the red hanky. Sportsmaster has the white hanky. So pretty much, I'm sure Jim Lee just ripped this idea off of Sportsmaster. Right?
Well, I'm sure. He had so many appearances that I'm sure Jim Lee must have caught.
But yeah, he's got a tennis racket and he's swinging it at his wife. They're getting into it. And what's the big fight about, Jank?
So she basically, it's you who need some sense, sport. What will it take to convince you supervillains never win? No matter how you stack the cards, the good guys always beat them. So she's thinking about flipping. She wants to become a superhero. And he's like, no, like, that's stupid. You're going to be a superhero over my dead body. And she throws the chair at him. And he ducks out of the way. And is like, honey, don't get so violent. Give me a sporting chance to prove I'm right. Let me show you the bad guys can win. And so then they kind of have a bet now. We're like, we're going to have a friendly baseball game. Superheroes versus supervillains. And whoever wins, if the villains win, you stay a supervillain. And if the heroes win, you can become a superhero. Apparently, even though you're a criminal and probably going to have to go to jail before you can be allowed to be a superhero.
This would actually be a good gimmick. Someone's had to have brought this back. Like a married couple who are villains and one wants to be good all of a sudden. Like you can show them in like marriage therapy and stuff, and trying to work through their problems. Because really, if you take the vows, you think you're marrying a femme fatale, this evil lady, and now she wants to be good. No, I can't do that. Yeah. So.
Well, she still wear the cheetah outfit though.
Yeah. Now the interesting thing is that this Huntress and Sportsmaster. Even though most of his the only thing he does, he has footballs and baseballs and tennis rackets and stuff. But they also apparently have this high-tech computer that can just teleport people from one part of the world to wherever.
Yeah, that was weird.
Certainly is strange.
They're very advanced, yeah.
So now we cut to a bowling alley. There's a televised bowling tournament going on. And we see,
it turns out all of the Justice League are involved in different sporting activities already. All these heroes just happen to be doing sports already.
Well, this one, Bruce Wayne is sponsoring this bowling tournament. There's like a $250,000 prize. And I don't know why he's sponsoring this bowling, but anyway, he's there. And also,
I guess put him up to it. At this point, Queen Industries is like a media corporation, it sounds like, and he's trying to Wayne's image.
Yeah, because that Queen fellow, the Green Arrow.
Yeah.
I almost called him the Green Hornet. No, he's the Green Arrow. And what's his real name?
Oliver Queen.
Oliver, because there's an old, mysteries. Ellery Queen was a famous mystery novel series back in the day. So I confused the two. And then I thought at first this was Wonder Woman, but no, it's Black Canary because, again, when she's Black Canary, that's a blonde wig she wears.
Yep.
Smart. Tricky. Yeah.
Yep.
And Bruce Wayne, dig that shirt Bruce Wayne's wearing. It's like crazy. Can you see the collar there in that one shot? Man, it's nuts.
Got an ascot going on.
But when they're watching this bowling tournament, they figure someone's probably going to try and knock off this bowling tournament because there's such a big cash prize. And who shows up, Jank?
The Joker and the Matter Master.
That old tag team.
Yeah. The team up we've all been waiting years for. And Matter Master just kind of uses his wand to fling a bunch of bowling pins at the players.
That's not a euphemism. He has an actual magic wand.
And it's true.
Yeah, he kind of has this weird little cap with stars and moons and stuff on it. And like a green hat and a red cape and a green outfit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they start throwing all these bowling pins at everybody. And so Green Arrow and Batman go into the men's room together. Probably not the first time. And then Black Canary goes into the ladies' room and they all change into their outfits.
Yep.
And
I don't know where Black Canary was keeping that wig on her. She doesn't seem to be carrying a purse.
And then they come running out, and Green Arrow shoots an arrow with a net to catch because these bowling pins are still flying. Because, it takes some time to change into your superhero outfits. So yeah. All these people are just being pelted with bowling pins for a good 2 minutes.
So they're probably dead by now. All the people are now dead.
But Green Arrow nets a bunch of them, and then Black Canary screams at a few of them to knock them away. And we see Joker and Matter Master just now grabbing the cash prize. And Batman swings in and kicks them both.
They just left it on a table. I don't know. Seems very secure.
Batman swings in and kicks them both right in the head. And then we see Huntress and Sportsmaster. They're working the gears of this fancy computer they got. And they click a button, and they just abduct all of them like the Beyonder for Secret Wars.
Yeah.
They just...
Yeah, exactly like that, yeah.
They just pluck them right out. Yeah, so Jim Shooter probably ripped off... He got the idea for Secret Wars by watching this.
Sportsmaster was really the greatest thing ever created by any comic book person ever.
He's influenced everything.
Yeah.
He's the Beyonder before the Beyonder. And now we cut over. Now they're monitoring Superman, and he's playing tennis with himself to a packed stadium. Boy.
Yeah.
How thrilling that would be. Superman played tennis with himself.
Yeah, he just runs really quick over to the other side and hits it again. And somehow, at some point, they're like, he's playing doubles. But there's only one of them, so if he's hitting it on either side of the court, that's, I don't see how that could be double.
And then we see Lex Luthor come flying in with his buddy Amazo.
Yeah.
And Amazo, he starts shooting.
It's like, how did you get that Amazo robot out of the watchtower? He's like, I got my ways.
Yeah.
We're not going to explain it here.
You don't need to worry about logic. Because apparently Amazo was locked up in the Justice League headquarters or whatever. Or the satellite, or I don't know where the hell he was. But he starts zapping Superman with like a Green Lantern energy blasts. And Superman's not real happy about it. And then he's going over to punch Amazo, and then Amazo shrinks like the Atom. So Superman goes right past him. And then Amazo just he grows big again, and he starts hammering Superman with a bunch of right hands like the Flash. Amazo's giving it to Superman.
Yeah, he is. He's got everyone's powers. It makes sense. Probably got Superman's strength.
And it looks like Lex Luthor's about to shoot him with his fun gun, Madcap's fun gun. And,
yep.
He does shoot him right in the lower back or butt, if you can see on the computer screen there. But he's shocked by that. And then that's when Huntress and Sportsmaster press the button, and pop, 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 they abduct all three of them. And so Superman was saved by the bell there, Like Amazo and Luthor were going to win.
I wonder if Sportsmaster had to re-stitch his spine together again after getting the shot back there.
And now we see Wonder Woman. She's, where is she at? The United Nations Soccer Championship.
Yeah. And all of a sudden it starts getting really cold. And she looks over and, there's Great Hera, the Weather Wizard, and Kronos.
And the Weather Wizard is also just in an all-green outfit. Like a green.
Yeah, this is not a good look.
He's going to sell with his super villain, big and tall. And he gets the green little mask on. And then Kronos, he's got yellow boots, yellow gloves, a green upper body, red underpants, a yellow belt, yellow cape, a white face, white leggings with black pinstripes.
Yeah, it's kind of like they took the all-white Vision and the normal Vision. And
That is true, yeah.
Like
Man, this book was very influential.
Yeah.
So now I was confused by this because Wonder Woman sees these villains
boy.
pop up. So she says, I'm going to get with my lasso. She reaches down for her golden lasso of truth, and she's swinging it around, but it's not her lasso, Jank. What is it?
Nope, turns out that lasso was actually Plastic Man, who apparently just wanted to rest near her ass for a long time by pretending to be her lasso.
What? Like, she had no idea. She's like, wait, what? Plastic Man? So
I was just in the bathroom. Were you there the whole time?
What the hell is this guy doing?
Yeah, and there's no time to like discuss it. Like, why are you on my hip like this? What? Where's my lasso?
We're getting a page of ads next, and I just noticed this. Genuine .45 caliber bullet you can get in the mail. They sell it to you as a pendant. You can wear as a necklace. For the pendant is $2.50 and the keychain is $2. So you can wear an actual bullet. They are sending bullets through the mail to kids.
Oh, they took the powder out. You know, it's fine.
Then we get a Slim Jim ad. Those are always great. And all right, so we go through another page of ads, and then we see Wonder Woman lassoing or flinging Plastic Man, and Kronos throws an alarm clock to Wonder Woman. What is happening? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's weird. They apparently thought that by controlling time, you could just fling clocks everywhere.
But it's emitting a gas, and it's making her sleepy, and he's like, pleasant dreams. But then Plastic Man turns himself into like a vacuum funnel or something, and he sucks the...
Well, Weather Wizard was shooting him with like wind, so he just kind of made himself a funnel to channel that wind towards Wonder Woman and blow the gas away.
All right, there you go. Good thinking there, Plastic Man. And they're still waging their fight there. Because I guess this soccer tournament had a platinum trophy. So the villains wanted to steal that platinum trophy. But then Huntress and Sportsmaster pop. They abduct all of them. And now we go to a horse track where, I don't know, Robin is riding on Kid Flash's shoulders on the horse track.
Yep.
And Dr. Polaris and Tattooed Man are on these other horses.
Yeah.
And Tattooed Man touches a tattoo on his forearm of marbles.
Yeah, that was a smart one to get. Who would have ever thought to get marbles tattooed on their arm?
So Kid Flash steps on the marbles and he slips. And then Dr. Polaris shoots his magnet gun at Robin. And apparently it just latches on anything metal, and Robin has a metal belt buckle. So it like rips off his pants. I guess.
Well, like, Kid Flash is like, take the belt off. And then Robin's like, yeah, but what's going to keep my pants up? So his vanity is keeping him from winning this day.
And Kid Flash really wanted him to take the belt off. So... but while they're going at it and trying to figure out what's going on, then another guy shows up. This is that Faust guy, right?
Felix Faust, yeah.
And I guess he's another sorcerer because he's doing sorcerer type things. I don't know.
Yeah, looks like it.
But then Uncle Sam drops out of the sky.
Uncle Sam's music hit.
By God, it's Uncle Sam's music. And here he comes, floating in out of the sky. And he's going to help Robin and Kid Flash, but then they all get popped away. And is that everybody now, hopefully? Yes, that's everybody.
That's everyone, finally. That was a lot of setup. Could have got it into baseball a lot sooner here. From the cover, I feel like I knew everything I needed to know.
There's like 2 pages of actual baseball action.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, because they're going to cut real quick to just the end of the game here.
Yes. So we're at Crandall Stadium in upstate New York. And it's a packed stadium, and the Sportsmaster and Huntress are trying to explain the situation to everybody. And Lex Luthor says, "Great idea," and Joker says, "We'll cream them."
That sounds like the Joker, not wanting to kill anyone, just trying to play baseball.
And Superman says, "Hey, suppose we don't want to play, Sportsmaster." And he says, "Oh, but we've ensured that you will, Superman. My lovely wife has lured over 66,000 people here, and they'll stay here forever or until that scoreboard shows our ball game is over." Now, that kind of implies that she has massive mind control powers.
Yeah. Or they're somehow restraining, have a force field around the place or something.
But from what I read of Huntress on like DC fandom and everything, there was no mention of these kind of powers. So, is it just that people wanted to see her in her little leopard outfit? They're like, "Oh yeah, let's go."
We'll never get enough of this.
But why are they going to stay there forever? Unless the scoreboard says the game is over. I think we're missing some important parts of the story.
Sportsmaster can like teleport people from wherever they are. I guess he can do anything.
He is Beyonder before Beyonder, so yeah, he can do this.
Yeah.
And
we're now in Battle World.
And they say, yeah, you can't use your powers. And then Green Arrow says, "Who's going to umpire this game? You two?" And they say, "Hardly. We are playing on opposite sides. Each team will choose one of its own to act as umpire." And Wonder Woman says, "Hey, our choice is old Uncle Sam here, because he's an old man."
Old, yeah.
I looked at his stat sheet there on DC Fandom. They say he's 6'5", 140 pounds. I weigh more than Uncle Sam.
That's like a young Conan O'Brien right there.
And he's going to be the umpire for the good guys, and Luthor says Amazo will be the umpire for the bad guys because he's an android, and we'll have to call him as he sees them. He just right down the line.
Super accurate. Except he's also evil, so I don't know how that factors in.
But look, here, the next page, we get a montage of baseball scenes. And look, Amazo is calling Luthor out at the base. He's saying, "You're out of there." Green Arrow tags him out.
True. Yep.
So Amazo is keeping it right down the line.
Yeah.
And also, we see Black Canary smacking a ball to right field. She's the only person in this game to hit a home run.
Wow.
Black Canary, 125-pound lady, smacking a home run.
She used it with a little scream, like just a tiny one. Sonic waves.
What is Superman doing? Like, if I'm writing this story, Superman, maybe have Sportsmaster try him the first inning and have Superman hit a home run. And then Sportsmaster says, "All right, we're just walking you like Barry Bonds, intentional walk every time you're up. We're not facing you."
I feel like then Superman's fast enough, he could just still get it anyway. He can still get a hold of it, just move over 2 feet.
Well, yeah, we're not letting you hit the ball at all. But, Black Canary, power hitter.
Who knew? Yeah. Lady with no enhanced strength. Not Wonder Woman, not, Superman.
So we see the scoreboard. The heroes went up 1-0, and then the villains tied it in the bottom of the second. And then the heroes went up 3-1, and then they went up 4-1 in the fourth, and then the villains got a 4 spot in the bottom of the fourth to tie it all back up. Or actually, they went ahead by 1 with that 4 spot. And then the heroes went ahead with 2 more in the next inning. The 6th inning, no runs were scored. It became a pitcher's duel all of a sudden. And then the heroes got another run in the 7th and in the 8th. But the villains got 3 runs in the 8th. So we're heading to the 9th inning. We're tied up at 8. And the heroes have had 18 hits at this point in the game. And the villains have had 15. So terrible pitching on both sides.
Yeah, Sportsmaster. Maybe not quite a master.
So far, everybody's played fairly, and the game's all tied up after 8 innings. But the Sportsmaster's determined to win any way he can. So he tells the villains, hey team, we've got to win. I don't care what you do or how you do it. Just don't let them score. And Tattooed Man says, you telling us to cheat, to use our powers? I've been waiting all day for this. You're super villains. Why did someone have to tell you to cheat?
Yeah. Surprised it took him this long to come up with that strategy.
So now, Jank, we see Black Canary up at the plate, and she smacks another line drive into deep left. But what does Tattooed Man do?
Well, he also apparently, not only does he have marbles on that arm, but I think on the very same arm, he also happens to have a baseball glove tattooed on there.
And every time you see his arm, it's not like it's littered with. It's not like it's littered with tattoos. Like, it was just a marble tattoo before. Now it's just a baseball glove tattoo.
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
my God. I don't know how he planned ahead for that one, but yeah.
he makes a giant baseball glove and it like catches the ball sort of, so it prevents I'm sure another home run for Black Canary, but
Yep.
it falls to the ground and old Mattermaster says, "You dummy, your tattoo glove caught the ball, but you didn't catch the glove." And Black Canary says, "That's my third hit. I'm batting 600, twice as good as you, Superman. Suck it." And the ball falls out of the glove, so she's safe. Now, Sportsmaster, he's facing Superman, you know? So what does he decide to do to Superman?
Well, being a sports genius, he's like, I'm going to bean Superman. Just hit him right in the chin. Give him a little chin music. And bounces off of him and like, I don't know, I guess they count that, I guess.
Well, no.
He just gets to go to the first base.
Yeah, it's hit by pitch. Yeah. So he gets his base.
Yeah.
But the ball coming off of Superman comes back so fast that it almost kills Sportsmaster. But I just like how it's the ninth inning. They're trying to prevent runs, and he's like, you know what I want? I'm just going to hit him right in the face with this pitch. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Pretty great. Then we see, then with runners on first and second, Wonder Woman lines a single to right field, loading the bases. So the base is loaded, nobody out. We need a killer up there at the plate. Who can we get? Oh, Robin. Let's send up a Robin. He'll be good. And what does Robin do, Jank?
Well, he just kind of whiffs. Strike one, strike two, strike three, Robin, you're out.
Yeah, sit down, you little punk. And then Kid Flash comes up. He slaps a grounder to short. And Tattooed Man, deciding to forego any more gimmicks, throws out Black Canary at home plate. Yeah, Joker covering the plate there. Ha, 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 laughing at Black Canary while she slid in her fishnets. I hope she didn't rip them. And now we see Sportsmaster says, now we're clicking. One more out, and this game is ours. And Batman's up at the plate. Why don't you take this one, Jack?
Okay, so Batman, first he gets ball one. All right, strike one comes next. Then ball two. Okay, ball three. So he's one away from a walk here. Foul ball, strike two. Uh-oh, it's all knotted up here. And then ball four, Batman, take your base. Very anticlimactic.
And then so Superman gets forced home on so Batman gets an RBI there, driving home Superman with the intention or the walk.
Good eye, Batman. Good eye.
And now we get Green Arrow up at the plate, and Green Arrow had a hell of a night at the ballpark.
Yeah,
I think he drove in 5 runs. We'll check the box score later. But,
yeah.
Yeah, so he smacks another one by the shortstop there, and he's rounding first, and that Faust guy says, Fradukar, Whiffenpoo, Quattenbrack, and Free, take the ball from Kronos and bring it here to me.
Yeah. I was wondering if this was like a Zatanna thing where it was backwards words, but no.
Whiffenpoo. Wasn't that one of the things in Harry Potter, one of the houses in Harry Potter? Whiffenpoo?
Whiffenpoo, yeah. Pretty sure.
But the ball just appears in his glove, and then Green Lantern rounded the base, so he just tags him out. And Amazo says, "You're out, Arrow." So, all right, we're heading to the bottom of the ninth. The Heroes are up 11-8. 11-8.
Mm-hmm.
And Superman's on the mound, and he's thrown to Lex Luthor. And Luthor pulls some shenanigans though, Jack, right?
Yeah, he's got a corked bat that apparently is corked with like some kind of gravity altering device or something that keeps making the ball go all crazy. And it's basically just giving him a walk because none of the pitches are going down the pipe.
And now next up is Weather Wizard. He hits a chopper to second base, and he makes a mini blizzard to keep Wonder Woman busy so she can't field the ball. But it kind of backfires because it doesn't bother me. I'll play baseballs and bracelets with one hand, says Wonder Woman. And like she just uses her wrist bracelet to deflect the ball to Kid Flash.
Yeah.
And I'll use my lasso to fan Luthor as he should have been when he was at bat. I don't know what that meant. He should have been.
Just a fandom? Like, just struck him out?
Oh, okay. There we go. But yeah, so she blows the snow at Luthor. He can't see where the base is, and Kid Flash tags him out.
Yep.
So.
I like that the umpires are not doing anything about all this rampant power using.
So now Joker's up. He bunts one to third base, and apparently he switched the baseballs or something because it starts emitting out like a laughing gas.
Yeah. And he says, I did not understand this at all. He says, Arrow, did you ever see a belly laugh bunt? And Green Arrow's just laughing like it's the funniest thing ever. Like, is that even a joke? Am I missing something?
I guess it's just a bunt that, makes your belly laugh. And Green Arrow falls over and he's like, ha ha, belly laugh bunt. That's a riot. Ha 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 ha. And they never really explain that the gas is like laughing gas. It's just implied that.
Yeah, they just can't figure it out. Green Lantern wouldn't normally laugh that much.
So then
unless he was thinking about a joke you saw in Herman's head. Then.
That seems unlikely. And then we see Kronos at the plate with men on first and second. He calls a timeout. Timeout a whack, that is. And he says, he's thinking to himself, I've sped up time for my teammates and slowed it down for the heroes. Oh, I'll be safe. But Kid Flash feels the grounder. And he's like, don't know what that time wizard did. I'm running at super speed and hardly moving, but I've got to beat him to first base. And he does. He beats, even though he's really slow down and Cronus is apparently really fast, he still tags him out.
Yep.
So he's out.
Still Flash, basically. So
now we got runners on second and third, and the Matter Master's up. Here goes a long fly ball. So he doesn't even use a bat. He just uses a bat.
Yeah. Yeah. Seems very much like cheating.
And he makes like wings pop onto the ball, so the ball is flying out of the stadium. But Green Arrow spikes it with an arrow and shoots it out of the sky, so it falls to the ground, but it's still a hit, I guess. And despite the Emerald Archer's quick thinking, 1 run scores. Sportsmaster comes to bat and slugs a long fly to deep center field, and he's running the bases. And what happens, Jack?
Well, he made sure he stepped on first base there really good. But turns out that was actually Plastic Man's foot.
Yes.
So Plastic Man reaches over, tags him out at second, being like, hey, you never touched first base. And he's like, oh, I totally did. I made sure of it. And Mazo, the ever vigilant and trustworthy umpire, actually does, say, hey, no, you stepped on, Plastic Man's giant base-shaped foot.
So then he says, I protest. This is unfair. But then Plastic Man puts the baseball right in his mouth. He says, stuff it. Nobody likes a poor sport. You cheated, Plastic Man. What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, we should expect no less from Plastic Man. It was just, camped down in Wonder Woman's belt for a long time.
The final score is 11-10. And even as the final score flashes on the scoreboard, the entranced spectators rise and file out of Crandall Stadium as silently as they marched in. So, there's clearly some mind control going on here. But not sure how. And then all the heroes and villains just get popped back to where they were. And Huntress says to Sportsmaster, well, Big Shot, I told you the heroes would win, even with all those dirty tricks you pulled. And he says, shut up. It looks like he's going to backhand her, too.
Yep. But, this marriage is going down in flames. He's about to go full Hank Pym, and you never go full Hank Pym.
As for the various teams of heroes and villains, in the battles they began, how do you think they ended? And we just get a montage of all the heroes beating the hell out of all the villains. And,
yep.
That's pretty good. And that's
Wonder Woman's actually used Plastic Man as a lasso now, so I guess she's okay with it.
That's her kink now. So, all right. Now we get a play-by-play of the Great Superstar Game. So they go through each inning and recount the events of each inning. And then we get a box score. So Wonder Woman was 2 for 6 with 1 run scored. She was the leadoff hitter. Then Robin was batting second. He was 2 for 6 with 3 runs scored. But when I look back through the actual recap, he did not score 3 because it's hard to score 3 runs when you only get 2 hits and you weren't walked at all.
Yeah.
So, I went through the whole thing. He did not score 3 times. So
you had one job, guy. Didn't
Also, if you look at the hits column, if you add it up, for the villains, they say they have 17 hits, but I believe they had 18. If you add it all up there. Yes. So there are a couple mistakes. I question the validity of this entire box score now. There's clearly some shenanigans going on. Kid Flash was 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Batman, he was batting cleanup. Why is Superman batting ninth? Why is Superman?
It makes no sense. Literally no sense.
Like, Batman should be your 3 or 5 hitter, I would say. Probably your 3 hitter. And then Wonder Woman should probably be hitting third. Kid Flash should be your leadoff. Robin's okay as second, I guess. Robin should be ninth. He should put him way at the bottom, But, Batman's batting cleanup. He was 5 for 5 with 2 RBIs. So, hell of a game for Batman. I'm sure he cheated somehow. Green Arrow, 3 for 5. 4 RBIs for Green Arrow. 1 run scored. Huntress, 1 for 4 with 1 run and 1 RBI. Plastic Man, 1 for 5. Man, he's terrible too. Black Canary, 3 for 5, 2 runs and an RBI and the only home run of the game. So congratulations, Black Canary.
At least someone showed up today.
Oh, Superman was 2 for 4. 2 for 4. He also, I guess, had that hit by pitch. And 1 run scored, 2 RBIs. But I'm still very disappointed in Superman. His performance.
That's pretty bad, yeah. I mean, even if he's pulling it back to, what he normally does as Clark Kent, I feel like he still would be cranking some out there pretty hard.
Why is he batting ninth? It's insane. All right. Now we look at the supervillains. Dr. Polaris led off. He was playing third base, 2 for 5 with 2 runs. A solid game for Dr. Polaris. Tattooed Man was a shortstop, 1 for 4 with a run scored, 3 RBIs, so he made that hit count. Good on you, Tattooed Man. Felix Faust was at first base, 2 for 5. Lex Luthor in center field, 3 for 3 with a run. I guess he had some walks in there too. Weather Wizard, left field, 2 for 4. The Joker at catcher, 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Kronos in right field, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored. Mattermaster at second, 1 for 3, 2 RBIs. And Sportsmaster, 3 for 4, 2 runs scored and 5 RBIs. Sportsmaster. He really is a sportsmaster, this guy.
Yeah.
So, what do you think there, Jank? The big superhero game. Oh, wait. Let's do some more stats here. Left on base, the heroes had 12. Left on base, the villains had 8. The Wonder Woman, Robin, Kid Flash, Green Arrow, and Huntress, and they all had doubles. Black Canary had 2 doubles to go with their home run.
Wow.
He is a masher at the plate.
He is a monster, yep.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Dr. Polaris, Felix Faust, Luthor had doubles. Kronos had 2 doubles as well. And Sportsmaster, he also had a double. The only triple in the game was by Dr. Polaris, and the only home run was Black Canary. Oh, wait, no, home run, for the heroes. But Tattooed Man and Sportsmaster had 2 home runs, and Tattooed Man had 1. So, yeah, they had some pop in there.
That Tattooed Man, he's got it going on.
And, the pitching stats here. Superman, 9 innings pitched, 17 hits. It was actually 18. They're trying to doctor the box score so Superman doesn't look as bad. But, yeah, he was terrible. He gave up 10 runs, 10 earned runs, only 1 walk, so that's good. Only 6 strikeouts.
Oh,
I thought he'd be blowing them out of the water, but nope. Sportsmaster, 9 innings pitched, 21 hits, 11 runs, 11 earned, 4 walks, and 8 strikeouts. And the time of the game, 3 hours and 22 minutes. And the attendance was 66,581.
Yeah. They were rapt at attention. They could not leave if they wanted to.
I am most impressed with the Black Canary's baseball skills, I would say. And,
for sure.
The Sportsmaster's legit as well.
And Tattooed Man, not bad.
Yeah, he made his hit count at 3-run homer. So
yeah,
Tattooed Man. But any other takeaways from this thrilling baseball classic?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I could have used maybe a little more actual baseball before it turned into the craziness of the end. Instead of just this weird summary later on, like, oh, here's what you didn't see. Like, okay, that's strange. Maybe a little less of the, beginning stuff. You could if he's just going to teleport you from wherever you are, you could just be doing anything and he can teleport you. That's fine. I don't need all this. We happen to be doing all these sports things already. It's kind of weird. You could have theoretically just had them all like Beyonder just
like at the beginning of Secret Wars, they all just appear there in that first panel. Boom, they just show up. Like, how did we get here? Well, we got you here because So,
don't need all the backstory of exactly where they were at the time. But it was a lot of fun. So many stupid things happened in this, like Plastic Man being Wonder Woman's lasso, just the rampant cheating, Tattooed Man having a seemingly endless supply of shifting tattoos on that one arm. But it's delightful kind of stupid, so I enjoyed it.
It was pretty great. It was pretty great. Yeah, we needed more baseball action, though, you know? Let's go.
Yeah. I was promised a sports spectacular.
And they should have been using their powers the entire game. Let's just go.
Yeah, that would have been great. Although then Superman definitely should have struck everybody out if that happened. There'd be no way.
How does he know if he's using his super strength or not?
Ooh.
And how does he know how far to dial it back? You know what I mean?
Exactly. You don't know what baseline is if you never had it.
Yeah.
All you know is, well, not enough to knock someone's head off. That's definitely not human, but.
Yeah, basically, I just wanted to see him throw a fastball so hard it killed Batman. That's all I'm saying. But, so, I don't know. But yeah, it was fun.
Powers, like Lex Luthor had like a bat ring that's made out of kryptonite.
Like
those weighted rings.
What if, we also needed better villains here. Like, let's go. Could have just been all Batman villains, and it would have been great. If it was just Scarecrow, Riddler, Catwoman, you know.
Even like some bigger names, like get Sinestro in there or something from Green Lantern. And
I guess Green Lantern wanted to be here, though, for that. Yeah, Cheetah should have been, but I guess he had the same sort of outfit as Huntress, so they would have got mad at each other.
Yeah, I don't know who else Wonder Woman fights. Maybe one of these was her villains, but I don't know.
Yeah, who are other prominent DC villains besides the Batman Rogues Gallery? Because they're all the marquee names.
Superman kind of have the good ones, and then maybe the Flash, like the Rogues. You could have like Captain Cold or something.
Yeah, it's still not really better. Rainbow Rider. Yeah, when you think about it, like DC, who are the big villains in DC besides Luthor and all the Batman people? I guess Mxyzptlk.
You got the big threats like Darkseid and that kind of stuff.
This was 76. Was he here? Yeah, he was here, right?
Yeah, I think the New Gods and stuff had started by then.
Yeah. Like Marvel's got a lot of villains spread out, but really DC, it seems like they're all Batman people.
Yeah, the good ones anyway.
And then of course Aquaman's not here, so we can't have like Black Mantis or.
Oh yeah, Ocean Master, his ne'er-do-well brother.
What would be a Marvel, I would like to see Marvel do this. Like, who would you have? Like, Captain America, of course, would be like the leader of that team.
You gotta get Spidey and Wolverine in there.
Yeah, well, I could see Wolverine as catcher, like a little squat guy with, adamantium bones, like blocking the plate. You're not going in hard to home plate with him standing there. Like,
no way. Spidey should be in the outfield probably. You do a lot of good jumps. Catch those high balls.
Yeah, maybe center field. Reed Richards could be on first base at the stretch.
Yeah, full Plastic Man. Yep.
Who else? Well, I guess you could have Hawkeye would just be the Green Arrow. You could have Iron Man. Would
I would try to get Jean Grey just to control the ball from wherever it is. Just make it always come to
her. Quicksilver at shortstop.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the villains, Doctor Doom and Red Skull would be arguing over who's running the team.
Oh, yeah. Yep. They'd get in another fight. Someone would get left on the moon.
On the moon, yeah. They fight each other on the moon. Bullseye would be a hell of a pitcher, though, huh?
Oh, yeah. He was a baseball player, I believe, actually.
That's right. Yeah. He killed a dude, right? Didn't he kill a dude at the beginning? So there's a lot of possibilities here for a Marvel version. But yeah, so 1 out of 10, what would you give this issue?
I think I'd probably have to give it like an 8 on the scale.
It's terrible, but it's awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, if it had better villains and had more baseball, it'd be a 10 out of 10. But
yeah. Although the fact that the villains were so terrible kind of added to the humor, so I guess like
like seeing Joker teaming up with Matter Master. What are we doing?
yeah, yikes. That was a rough one.
So, all right, that's DC Superstars. So, what do you got for us next week, Jack?
Okay, so I know what I want to do, not this upcoming pick, but the next pick. So I wanted to pick something very different for this one. And also I promised that there would be more monkey candidates for
Nice.
monkey, besides just the Nazi apes. So I'm going to pick a book that I believe you and Mike L. did before. We're going to go back to Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham. Number 15.
Porker, number 15. What is this, like 88 or so, 87, somewhere around
I think 87 is what it was showing.
And so there's a monkey featured in this one?
Oh, there's two. One of whom I really like the name. She's my contender. She doesn't look like she has a big role, but
all right,
good.
Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, issue 15. Yeah, we did like issue 2 or 3 when we did it the first time.
I was looking it up. I think it was number 2.
And I got to be honest, it wasn't that great.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Maybe they found their stride. I think it ends up 17, so maybe by then, late in the run, they were like, we got it.
Yeah, I'm hoping it gets better here. So, all right, next week it's Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We appreciate the support. And I would also appreciate buying Monkey Flip and joining the author mailing list, list.19books.com. Thank you. And until next week, don't get any jank on you.